Sergeant Cece and instructed her counsel to fight the issues related to Detective Sergeant Cece. She had not reached a mediated settlement to the contrary. Her testimony was consistent with her position in the ongoing mediation with the Legal Professions Complaint Committee at that time. While Casey's answer was unresponsive to the trial defense counsel's questions, her answer was consistent with her position in ongoing mediation that she did not do anything wrong, a matter she disputed until reaching a settlement agreement on February 19, 2019. There is no evidence before this court. The legal board conducted a separate investigation into Casey 5. At least one unrelated external factors affecting the practitioner was the appellant's general court-martial in which Casey traveled to testify. Yes, at least one external factor was connected to appellant's trial 6. Yes, Casey was truthful when she answered no. I was never criminally investigated. Never. The evidence shows Casey was summoned as a witness to provide testimony and produce evidence in a private hearing concerning Detective Sergeant Cece releasing information from restricted access computer systems. Casey later received relief from the non-disclosure agreement to inform the LPCC as to the nature of her testimony as it related to her legal license. The CCC conducted an investigation over 5 months into offenses that occurred between 2008 and 2013. Casey did not become a lawyer until 2010. The investigation resulted in charges to Detective Sergeant Cece. No charges were brought against Casey. There is no evidence the CCC or any other law enforcement agency focused a criminal investigation into Casey's conduct, such that Casey knew she was the subject of a criminal investigation. While Casey's answer was unresponsive to the trial defense counsel's questions, her answer was consistent with the evidence presented. Casey's interaction with the CCC was as a witness, not a subject. 7. Yes, Casey's testimony was truthful when she answered I'm not being investigated. The Legal Profession Complaints Committee had ceased its investigation into Casey, pertaining to Detective Sergeant Cece, before the appellant's trial. There is no evidence before this court. The legal board conducted a separate investigation into Casey 8. No, Casey did not commit perjury in her testimony or otherwise commit fraud upon the court-martial. Casey's testimony was unresponsive but literally true. 9. Trial defense counsel were aware of the Legal Profession Complaints Committee notice to Casey with the subject conduct investigation dated July 9, 2020. Prior to cross-examination of Casey, trial defense counsel understood the investigation was closed, and that the matters pertained to Casey's competence, maturity, and advice. Trial defense counsel did not believe the closed matters pertained to Casey's truthfulness, and so were of limited use.